What is up, savages? Let's get after it. Welcome to the RandomCoin Mining Show, where we take a random coin. We select a random coin each weeknight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I have a list of 100 plus GPU-mineable coins. I modify it from time to time. It's not always the same amount, you know. Sometimes I run across one that I have to remove, or I run across one that I have to add. What's up, Red Panda? So we run that through a randomizer to pick one from that list of 100 plus, and then we go through all the process that it takes to actually mine it using Simple Mining OS, Hive OS, or Windows 10 most of the time. I use Simple Mining OS or Hive OS. Not too often will I use Windows 10. Since it's a random coin, we often run into problems as you normally would in the real world. So during the mining process, we all work together to see if we can figure out within the 30-minute time frame, no matter what, basically at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we switch over to BrandonCoin's LiveStream because he starts at 10. Last night, we mined Redden, and we did it on both Simple Mining and... No, wait. We didn't do it on Simple Mining, did we? I don't remember now. Maybe we did. Hold on, let me look real quick. Refresh my memory here. We might have. Yeah, we did. Okay, so we mined it on Simple Mining OS and on Hive OS. So that was pretty cool to do it on both, you know. Let's see here. Tonight, and I pre-record the randomization part because there's so many different coins, and we would, you know, the likelihood of us landing on one that we wouldn't be able to mine for some reason, you know, there's no pool support, there's no wallet, whatever. There's all kinds of different reasons why I don't want to do it completely random, because I don't want to waste everybody's time going 20 or 30 minutes into this and not be able to actually mine the coin. So I pre-record that part to verify and make sure that whatever we land on, it's actually going to be something that we're going to be able to mine. So that is kind of the goal. And props goes out to Yashnik. I always have to mention him whenever he pops in here, because he was the one that recommended that I do the pre-recording thing. So I don't know how long I'll thank him for that. It might not. It might end tonight. I don't know. It just we'll just have to see. But let me start the video of the pre-recorded randomization, and I'm going to start that. I'll watch it with you guys so that I can kind of refresh my memory too on what this was going on here. What we landed on. I believe it was a Cryptonite. Yes. Yeah, it was a Cryptonite coin, which is kind of cool because I like Cryptonite. So it's DinastyCoin, spelled with a I, not a Y, and it is a Cryptonite algorithm coin, and it's in Italy, I believe, is where it's basically where they're trying to launch it, is in Italy. And from what I remember, it's kind of like got its own little store, online store, where you would use DinastyCoin to purchase things out of the store. So I don't know, you know, it's one of those coins that pops up from time to time. It is on WHATTOMINE. It's not listed or not active. It's listed but not active, right? Isn't that what that says there? So you can see it on WHATTOMINE, but it's not something that's going to show up in the you know, in a profitable list there. I think they only have like 50 or 20 or something like that show up in the list. So it's kind of a sort of a cool project, I guess, because it's Cryptonite, and it's also you know, something that they have kind of a goal for using this particular cryptocurrency for buying stuff in the store that is online here in Italy, I guess. I don't know. That's what it looks like to me. Hey, you know, I don't pick them. It's random. So I'm not saying that you should mine this coin in any stretch of the imagination. We are just looking at it and figuring out how to mine it so that we can sharpen our skills, so that whenever it does come time to mine something that we're super interested in, we aren't piddling around with figuring out how to mine something that's a certain algorithm, or doesn't have great pool support or whatever. And right there I was kind of going through some of the website there, showing you that it is I don't know, they have different partners, I guess, and different stores, online stores, that you can purchase things with this actual crypto. So that is pretty much the gist of it. And I do believe it's kind of active. There were only 3 pools, three to 5 there, that, I mean, one of them had a ton of the hash rate. So it's not super popular, I guess, but it does have pool support. I was going through here and looking for a donation address, because I didn't want to download the whole wallet and do all the synchronization thing and install a wallet on my machine and all that junk. I hate doing that for something that I'm not going to mine, right? I just went through my firewall settings and blocked a whole bunch of stuff. So old stuff that was in there. So that is pretty much what I'm doing here. I'm looking for that donation address. Oftentimes you can find one in the BitCoinTalk thread, and I'm also kind of looking on the side over there to see who's commented on this particular coin, because a lot of times you can kind of get a good feel for what's going on with the coin by looking at who's commenting. If you see legendary members or full members and things like that commenting in the BitCoinTalk thread, then a lot of times that means that there's some level of validation, I guess, that it might be a decent project. I'm not saying that this is or is not. I'm just saying that that's kind of what I'm looking for as I'm scrolling down through the BitCoinTalk thread. And they did have some recent entries in the BitCoinTalk thread, so I don't know. Is it super popular? I don't think so. There's only three pools, I think. But hey, it's at least something, and it is Cryptonite, which I like. So yeah. So we are going to. I'm still collecting data here, it looks like, in the video. I'm just kind of documenting what what miners we're going to use, and just a note right there. And I meant to go over that before we started the video, to recap that whole Bitcoin note. I think it was, what day was that? Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday that we did Bitcoin note, and we weren't able to successfully mine it. There was some weird error. So I figured it out after the show was over, after the stream was over. So I wanted to cover what was the actual problem. I told everybody in the BrandonCoin stream, but I did it at the end, and I'm not sure that everybody caught it. So I did want to cover that, but we'll hopefully cover that at the end, if I remember. So that's the end of the data collection, and you see right here that I did not grab the wallet or the wallet receiving address yet, because I did it after I ended the video. So let me get over here to the desktop. And if you haven't already, if you like this kind of content or this kind of show, I do it every night at 9:30 p.m. We talk crypto, we mine some random coin, and then we switch over to BrandonCoin, which he goes live every night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's kind of like trying to fill your night up with some crypto stuff. So yeah, so there you go. So if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Also follow me on Twitter. Brandon just blew right by me. I don't know how, because I was on Twitter a long time before he was, but he just smoked me. I only have 137, so I'd like to get those numbers up too as well. So follow me on Twitter, because I do talk about the show over there, and I tweet about other junk too. Let's see. This Aeon thing here for the BXC exchange, BXC. I don't know how to pronounce that. And then I have some epiphanies and things like that I talk about sometimes too. All right, so that's enough of that. Let's get back to the documentation. This is the rig. We'll use HiveOS first, and then we'll switch over to simple mining if we have time. This is the rig that we'll be using for this exercise. And let's see here. I can't really interact with the chat too much because I got to stay on track here. I will at the end. All right. So let's go to documentation. And I just want to show you that I did grab a donation. I finally found one in the BitCoinTalk thread. It was like on page 5. Someone was, I don't know if it was a pool or a developer or something. They threw up an address, so I was able to find a donation address. I didn't grab the whole wallet, you know. So if you were actually going to mine this coin, then clearly you would get your own wallet and your own address. You wouldn't use this stuff, right? So I don't think I have to say that, but you know, I kind of do have to say that. So you would never mine to this address if you want the coins, unless you want to donate to this guy. I don't even know who it is. I think it was a pool operator or something. So so there you go. All right, so let's copy this address because we know that we're going to need it real soon, and we're going to use HiveOS first on the Scarif rig down here at the bottom, not that one. Oh yeah, and I always like to show you guys what I'm mining. It should be no surprise. I'm still mining Grin on everything, on all rigs. So, and something to note, I don't know if y'all noticed last night, I actually mentioned it in the live stream. I was getting like really bad rejected shares on the NVIDIA rig, and all I did was rebooted it. And after I rebooted it, look, it's been running for 19 hours and 100%. So 0 rejected shares, so that's awesome. So something got jacked up there, even though I had rebooted it before, but a reboot fixed it this time, I guess. So, so there you go. All right, so we're going to be using the Scarif rig, which is AMD. It's 12 GPUs. You saw the hardware over here. So let's get to it. Let's see here. We'll start with a flight sheet. We got to create a new flight sheet because we can create the wallet from within the flight sheet, right? What was it? I'm going to forget the ticker already. It was DCY. I wonder if it's in here. Did I do that right? DCY. No, it's not in there. So, okay, this is a good point. So I'm guessing that we can't do it from within the flight sheet. It looks like we have to go to the wallet because it doesn't exist inside of HiveOS yet. So we will go back to the wallets tab here and go to add wallet. We're going to type in DCY, which it doesn't exist. So we have to click create DCY right here. Now it did go and grab the right icon, which is cool. I wonder how that works. I wonder where it grabs it from. Probably from WHATTOMINE, maybe? I don't know. Not sure where it gets it from. All right, so do we have the address already? I think I copied it. Yeah, there we go. All right, and then we'll give it a name, DCY, YouTube. Sounds good to me. And then we're gonna go create. And now we should have a DCY wallet down here. Is there a space in there? Let's go check that out. Oh wow, there is. I wonder if that's going to be any good. I might have to go back to the BitCoinTalk thread where I got it from and see if there was a space in that one. Anyway, we'll get to that. We'll mess around with that if it doesn't work. So now we got to go to flight sheets, and then we're going to go to type in the coin, which now it should show up because we created it, right? Created the wallet. Then we're going to select the wallet. It's going to default to the one that we created for that coin. And then for pool, it's definitely going to have configure and miner because this coin wasn't even in HiveOS yet. So we're going to configure and miner. And then since it's a Cryptonite coin and we're using the Scarif rig, the AMD rig, let's go ahead and use XMRIG. I used to use XMR Stack, but ever since You used to have to do all these modifications to dual thread and stuff like that, and I started using XMRIG, and I don't know, I just like it better. It's not a endorsement or anything like that. I just use XMRIG more than XMR Stack nowadays. So we're going to go to XMRIG-AMD. I don't believe you can just use the regular XMRIG. This is for CPU, right? And then if you were using NVIDIA, you would choose this one down here, XMRIG-NVIDIA. Kind of makes sense, pretty obvious. So we're going to go Setup Miner Config. For wallet and worker template, we're probably going to be able to just click or put our mouse over the I and then click on wall and worker name variables, right? And it'll put those in there for us. Now for the pool URL, there's not a pool inside of HiveOS, so we have to actually put the pool URL in here. And the pool URL that I grabbed, I think I grabbed it off of, yeah, you saw me in the video, pre-recorded video. I went to miningpoolstats.stream and grabbed a pool. Whoops, I don't know why I did that. So I grabbed this right here. Might have to put, let's see here. We'll try it like this. We might have to put the stratum+tcp stuff on there, but we'll try it like this first. Pass is usually, I think it's still going to be X. Although I think in the past we've put C equals and DCY for the, I don't know if it's required or not. We'll see. We'll see what happens whenever we start throwing the, whenever we assign it and get it up and running and see what's happening. All right, so, okay, wow, they've updated it all the way to 10 now, 2.10. So we'll just leave it as the latest. I think that's all we need. No, we need this too. I almost forgot about that. Okay, so this is a Cryptonite algorithm coin. We probably don't need algo Cryptonite, but I'm going to put it in there anyway. But we definitely need the variant. Okay, so if you click on or put your mouse over the I and just click down here, and we know that it's variant 1. And I got that information from the pool, I believe, where it was variant 1. Now, here's the thing. For the Bitcoin note night, 2 nights ago, whenever we were doing this, this is what it looked like. So I had put, I don't know if I copied it that way or I don't know what exactly had happened, but I put a quotation mark after the 1. Now, if you leave it like that, it's not going to work. But if you put a quotation mark over here as well, then it will work. And I didn't have it like that. I had it like this. So I'm going to take them both off because you can do it that way as well. So we'll try it like that, see what happens. These things can be finicky sometimes, right? So we're going to apply changes. Then we're going to give it a name. We'll go DCY, YouTube. Looks good. And then create flight sheet. And it should be listed here. It's at the top. All right. So now we can go to the rig, go to workers, and put a check mark next to the Scarif rig, which is the AMD rig at the bottom over here. And we will do a rocket, which is your flight sheets. I always like to filter on the one that we just created. So I click on DCY right there, and then it brings up the one that we just created. So I click on that and then click apply. Now, I'm going to give it a second and then I'm going to throw it a reboot, because we've learned over, at least I've learned over using HiveOS, it seems like everything seems to work a lot better. It's kind of like Simple Mining too. If you reboot, it seems to clear up a lot of problems that you have whenever you, especially if you're switching miners and coins within, or even just miners on the same coin within the console here or the dashboard here without restarting. Like if you're just letting it do, you know, keep the operating system running and then just reload the miner, it seems to have all kinds of problems. So I'm gonna, I'll do a refresh here and see where it's at. It's usually kind of slow, especially at first. And this is actually a scarce rig back here, so it's still trying to do stuff. Yeah, Gabriel, for a Grin tutorial, I'm actually considering, it depends on how much interest there is, but I was considering doing a live stream tomorrow night after, like I'll do the normal RandomCoin, this one, the normal RandomCoin stream, then we'll go to BrandonCoin, and then after that I was gonna launch a Grin from beginning to end kind of thing, even covering the wallets and all that stuff. It will definitely not be, if I do that, it's not going to be smooth because I'm not a Linux guy, and you have to use Linux for the wallet still, because I don't believe that there's a Windows wallet yet. So it's kind of a pain to set up, but there's if there's interest, I will attempt to do it. I'm not going to say that we will be successful, but I think that we can probably work our way through it and research stuff and try to figure it out. And then we can go all the way from the node setup, the wallet setup and initialization and all that stuff, to mining, and then possibly, depending on where I'm at with my payouts and stuff from the pool, maybe even cover you know, sending and receiving Grin as well. So we might do that. I don't know. Sounds fun, but it would probably be a long stream, and it's probably, like I said, it's probably not going to be smooth at all. So, you know, maybe I could edit it later or something to trim it down, but I would envision it being very long and probably a lot of problems in there. So it'll be real world type stuff, you know. So it doesn't appear to be working. Yeah, we're getting a lot of, oh man, y'all let me get my IP banned. So now we have to pick another pool. Yeah, it says rejected share, invalid result, your IP is banned, and all that stuff. So see if I can show y'all what it's doing here. I know my password, don't worry. Maybe I don't. I don't have any interference over here. Huh. There we go. So this is, yeah, it's not even going to show you. It does have a hash rate, which is weird. Just not, it's just rejected shares and stuff. So let's get out of here and let's leave here and let's go and see what is the problem. See if we can figure this out real quick. All right, flight sheets, DCY. What did we mess up? It's definitely Cryptonight. I wonder if I should just put those, it's low difficulty. No, invalid result is what we're getting. Let me bring up that other. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it says invalid result. Let's go with taking this off of here. Just the wallet. I want to change one thing at a time, remember, because when you're troubleshooting, you don't really want to keep changing a lot of different things, because you'll never know what fixes it unless you go back and, you know, spend more time doing it. So I like to change. A pretty good practice is to change one thing and restart and all that stuff and see if that fixes it. And if it doesn't, then you go and change it back, and then that way you know what the result, what the symptom is based on a new change that you've made and not something that you changed earlier, right? So just a kind of a basic troubleshooting thing. All right. Yeah, it's still got my IP band. So what we need to do is, it's temporary, and they do that. A lot of the Cryptonite pools do that because they are. It seems like as soon as you start submitting bad shares, they hit you and ban your IP. So let's go and see if we can grab another pool. What was I on? I was on DinastyCoin, their official pool, I guess. See if we can grab one real quick here. Yeah, this pool here has 86% of the hash rate. Hey! Still has variant 1. This is where I got the variant 1 from the pool configuration generator. So kind of neat. Let's go back over here. Flight sheets. DCY. Was I already in there? No. Clicking the wrong thing. Alright. So we're going to throw this in here. And then we're going to apply changes and then update. Now it says that it, is throwing it to the worker. So let's see. Let's see where we're at. We might have to reboot. See what's going on here. What is Yashnik approved? Is that the Grin live stream? Is that what we're referring to? Oh, come on, man. Let's do this. Okay, now I'm getting a connect error, connection refused. I wonder if... Man, they're having trouble with these Cryptonite coins lately, huh? Bitcoin note got us the other night, and then this one is getting us tonight. Any ideas out there? Let's try. Don't think that's going to make a difference, but we can try it. Probably need a reboot, like we talked about. So let's try that. We only have 2 minutes left, everybody. And y'all aren't really helping. Y'all are supposed to be helping with this. What's going on? Y'all can't be shy. This is crypto. There's no crying in crypto. Let's see how this reboot does. Shuby was saying he had a job interview or something. Shuby. Alright. Still booting up. Slow Hive OS. You know how it is. I know it's 10 o'clock. And we just keep running over, don't we? I need to be better. I need to be faster at this. Maybe shorten the intro a little bit, maybe. Gain a little bit, or either that. I mean, I've already got the pre-recorded video is sped up 200%, so that's the maximum I can speed it up using Streamlabs OBS. So it's maxed out basically. Yeah, this thing hates us, man. It's not working. Maybe I was too soon there. Okay, there we go. Oh, we might be good. We might be good. Nope. Connection refused. Connection refused. Alright, so it's telling us connection refused on the pool. If we look in here, I mean, are we thinking maybe it could be the stratum? The random coin tonight is DinastyCoin, DCY, and it's crushing us again. See if this is right. Did I do that right? The configuration file did not say to put that on there, and that's why I didn't, but let's just see what happens. I know we're supposed to be over on BrandonCoin, but let's just give it a minute to relaunch and see if it comes up. It seems like all these Cryptonite coins have been making me troubleshoot after the fact. So that's not good. We're supposed to crush these things. We mine Cryptonite all the time. I'm probably doing something silly again, like forgetting that apostrophe or something, or a quotation mark. Let's see here. Still nothing. Saying connection refused. Cool. Same thing, same error. So it didn't matter that we changed. What could it be? I don't know. There's a couple of pool operators in here. It says connection refused. That's the error message that we're getting. Let's go with over here. I don't think that'll make a difference either, but yeah, see, the password is worker name. Okay, we can do that. Probably won't matter, but let's try that.